Hello, sports fans. Hey, and welcome to Scott Sports 101 Super NFL Weekend uh, uh, early game pregame show. And we're also going to talk some Cavs as well. So we have a little NBA news as well with this. And and this is going to be one of those weekends where anything can happen in these games. So we've got a lot of great action. We'll talk about it. And we'll talk some Browns as well. And we'll talk about an update on Damar Hamlin. He has been discharged. We'll have an update on all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the winner of the 1985 Slam Dunk Contest? It's an NBA trivia question. I'll have the answer later in the podcast. We'll get to the Super NFL Wild Card Weekend in just a moment. Uh, and momentarily we will get to it. First, we're gonna start with the Cavs. We're gonna start with them. After a 119 to 113 win over the Portland Trailblazers in Portland Thursday night, the Cavs will be back in action tonight as they take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Donovan Mitchell is listed as questionable for tonight's game against the Timberwolves, and the Cavs are certainly hoping and hopeful that Donovan Mitchell can play tonight against Minnesota. They will be in a difficult position on the road if he ends up being ruled out. So when it comes to the question if Donovan Mitchell is playing tonight versus versus the Timberwolves, the answer is up in the air for the moment. Uh, but the Cavs will have further updates as as on their start prior to tip-off. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock p.m. on Bally Sports, Ohio. So hopefully the Cavs will get a win tonight and make it two in a row. And now we have an update on Bills safety Damar Hamlin. Uh, Bills safety Damar Hamlin was released from the University of Cincinnati Medical Center on Monday, after spending almost a week in the hospital following his cardiac arrest on the field at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The news was shared by Dr. William Knight and Dr. Timothy Fritz of the UC Health, who were part of the team uh, treating treating Hamlin and were authorized by his family to provide updates. Hamlin flew home to Cincinnati. From Cincinnati to Buffalo, excuse me, on Monday, and has been transferred to Buffalo General. That's where he was, Medical Center, Gates Vascular Institute, and will continue to receive treatment there as he recovers. He was recovering there, and he was currently listed in stable condition, and he was continuing to making significant progress, and he still is, in his recovery. The hospital sent a statement. Now, Hamlin is making really significant progress, and the breaking news just came in the other day on Thursday that after 9 days in the hospital, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin was discharged, released from Buffalo General Medical Center, Gates Vascular Institute. The team announced on Wednesday. It was on Wednesday, excuse me. Hamlin is now back at home in Buffalo with his family. He went through a series of comprehensive medical evaluations as well as a series of cardiac, neurological, and vascular testing on Tuesday. Dr. Jamie Napa, critical care physician and chief quality officer at Toledo Health, which runs Buffalo General, and the care team lead for Hamlin said in a statement. Uh, we have completed a series of tests and evaluations in consultation with the team physicians, and we are confident that Damar Hamlin can be easily discharged to continue his rehabilitation uh, at home and with the Bills. Uh, Bills coach Sean McDermott said they will have they will leave it up to Hamlin when he would like to return to the team facility. His health is first and foremost on our mind as far as this situation, McDermott said. And then when he feels ready, we will welcome him back. So Damar Hamlin is doing very well. He is making significant progress, and he's just in his recovery, and he's with his family. So hopefully, we should see him back with the Bills real soon. Uh, and right now, before we get to NFL, we're going to get to some Browns news in just a moment, and the Super Wild Card Weekend. But first, it's time right now to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. That's an NBA trivia question. Who was the winner of the 1985 Slam Dunk Contest? If you said Dominique Wilkins, you are correct. With that win and other great achievements, he earned the nickname Human Highlight Stone. I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Move it, and now we're going to get to some Browns news right now. The Browns fired defensive coordinator Joe Woods last Sunday night following consecutive losing seasons. A source told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Monday that the team requested permission to interview Pittsburgh Steelers inside linebackers coach Brian Flores and New England Patriots linebackers coach Jared Mayo for the position. The team has also requested permission to interview Seattle Seahawks associate head coach Sean Desai, a source said, and plans to interview former Detroit Lions head coach Jim Schwartz. They've interviewed Flores, they've interviewed Jim Schwartz and Jared Mayo as well, and they also interviewed Sean Desai. And I hope that Brian Flores really becomes our new defensive coordinator because he really, I think, is the Browns' best bet. The Browns finished the season with a record of 7-10, capped by Sunday's 28-14 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which had been Cleveland's defensive coordinator under coach Kevin Stefanski since 2020. In Woods' first season, the Browns advanced to the postseason for the first time since 2002, then won their first playoff game in 26 years. But slow starts hammered the Browns' defense the past two seasons. At one point in mid-October this season, Cleveland ranked 31st in defensive efficiency. Porous run defense especially hurt the Browns. Cleveland finished next to last in the league in defensive total, rushing expected points added minus 23.11, and which is in rushing. Yes, Cleveland's defense notably covering the pass improved significantly during the second half of the season as the Browns finished 20th in defensive efficiency, but it wasn't enough to save Woods' job or keep Cleveland in the playoff hunt. And before coming to Cleveland, Woods coached uh, defensive backs for the San Francisco 49ers, including their run to the Super Bowl. Before that, he was the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos in 2017 and 2018. So I just feel that Brian Flores is the Browns' really best bet. And right now, Stefanski's job is safe for now, but I feel the Browns need to have a better record next year and make a lot of good. He needs to make a lot of good progress if he wants to be able to keep his job. And Watson's going to play all 17 games next year, and I think we will make a playoff run and hopefully a Super Bowl run because they've been wanting to do that. So we will see what happens. We'll see as this off season rolls on. Right now, we are going to talk wild card weekend, super NFL super wild card weekend, because we have great AFC and NFC matchups. We got two going on today that are one is being played right now as we speak, and it started at 4:30. Right now, the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks battling it out right now at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. And right now, Seattle has the ball with 6:26 left to go in the second quarter till halftime, and second and 2 at the San Francisco 48. San Francisco leads 13-7 right now. The LA Chargers this evening at 8:20 on NBC will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, and the winner of that game will play host to will play the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, at Arrowhead Stadium next week. The Buffalo Bills, tomorrow, we have 3 games for you. The Buffalo Bills will take on the Miami Dolphins at Hallmark Stadium in Buffalo. The New York Giants will take on the Minnesota Vikings at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati tomorrow night. And Monday night, the Dallas Cowboys will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. And for today's wildcard games, my wildcard picks for today, I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers to beat Seattle and the Chargers to beat Jacksonville. I will have the rest of them I'll give you tomorrow, and hopefully my brother-in-law's as well. But I just told you in the AFC, we have the Chargers, Jaguars, Bills, and Dolphins, and the Bengals and Ravens. In the NFC, I just told you the 49ers, Vikings, Giants, and Cowboys and Buccaneers. These wildcard matchups are very intriguing. In the first round of the playoffs, Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence will be facing off in Jacksonville. Tom Brady puts his undefeated record against the Dallas Cowboys on the line, and the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants, they meet for the second time in 3 weeks, and Cincinnati and Cincinnati and Baltimore, they meet for the second week in a row. So I just feel these games are going to be pretty tight, and 3 teams. Well, there will be 5 teams moving on, or 6 teams moving on. 6 will be eliminated. So, and this is how it works. And the outcome of the Minnesota-New York Giants game, that one will host the Philadelphia Eagles, who have the number 1 seed. And that's a couple ones in the bracket there. So, and the outcome of the San Francisco-Seattle game will host either Dallas or Tampa Bay. And I think the outcome of either one of the Buffalo, Miami, or Cincinnati, Baltimore It's either going to be Buffalo and Cincy, or Buffalo and Baltimore, or Buffalo and Miami, or Cincy and Miami. But I'm going Buffalo and Cincy, so we'll see on these games. But these games are going to be really intriguing. So I really think it's going to be a great weekend of wild card action. So tune in because I really think these games are really going to be tight and close. They'll be high scoring, but not too high scoring. So uh, I really think this is going to be a great weekend of football. So that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFL Saturday Super Wild Card pregame show. I'll be back with the wild card early game post game show once the San Francisco Seattle game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.